So my husband has been wanting to get at running cords up to everybody's water tanks before it gets too cold. And since we've got in the mid 40s for Michigan for the next week, till we hit, I think it's Tuesday of next week, then it drops down into the mid 30s for the days and 20s at low, and that's where our waters are going to start freezing. So what I'm going to do today is try to get them done, and then I got to measure out. Hi Dixie, where you been? Hi girl, where you been? Aw, hello. Good afternoon, girl. Chickens are all having a hissy fit up there, I can hear them. But I'm going to start with the goats first. Figure out how I need to run that into the barn because my husband's got electric ran out there now with extension cord, and I can hook that up into our my little thingy that I hook my milker up to in the little refrigerator that's normally hooked up in there. I can hook their 3 tanks into that, and then I'm going to run one from Jill's tank because she's got the heater in there, and then we need to buy 2 heaters to put in Captain's tank and Meg's, and then the 4 down here. But then I'll have to measure to see how much extension cord we're going to need to run that from there. So I'm not going to be able to video while I'm doing this, but I'm going to at least tell you guys about it and then show you that it is done and go from there. So here's a couple of the cords. These I know we used with the goats to connect multiples to each cord and then ran it. One of these I think I'm probably going to have to use to run from Jill's, possibly. I'm not sure what this little one is, but I'm going to use it because I could possibly run that from the boys' tank to the other boys' tank. Run it like that, probably, so I could reach, but we'll see. Getting them, I got Jill's all hooked up, got the 4s, line, that one done, and then I did the footage from the garage all the way up, so we're not quite driving on it, but it will have to get driven on for the other two tanks. It will get driven over right there, down there by the, it's starting to rain, by the barn there and the fence by their pasture. It'll have to get ran over by that right there. But I did it so we come up and around the driveway here and across this over to Meg and Captain's, and then I'm short 50 feet to get from where it ends over here into the barn here for the goats. So we need a total of 400 feet of extension cord and then 1 heater, because I did find one that was inside the barn hanging up, so I think that will be a little happiness to my husband when he sees that. So I'm going to grab my 2 jugs here because I need to get more water brought out. Grab my, I don't know if I can do it all. It's like when you try to video with only your phone because you can't afford a regular, whatever we call that, camera to be able to film in. You just use your phone for everything, and it's pretty hard to film sometimes when you don't have the right equipment to do YouTube. But I've been doing this now for about 5 or 6 years, and we haven't grown very fast, but that's okay. I guess there's not a lot of people that like watching videos on goats and stuff, but I mean, if you look at like Weedham and Reed, they've got quite a few subscribers. So does Blue Cactus Dairy Goats, who's another channel that I've always watched. Life on Beagle Road, I don't hardly even see them post anymore, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. But I mean, those are just some of the kind of goat channels that I do watch. Simon Says, I don't watch them at all, but they're another goat channel. They have quite a bit of what you want to call it, subscribers. This is just this is going to get in the way because it's not pulled tight enough. But I got to put this back in the garage where it belongs. I think I locked it, so I'm going to have to probably put you guys down again. Let's see, did I lock it again? Yes, I did. See, my phone's getting all wet from the rain. And, but it's something that my husband's not going to have to do, so I'm just thinking that he might like the fact that I partially got this done and got it all measured out for him at least, and so we know what we're needing for extension cord. We knew we were going to need quite a bit more, but we just didn't know how many feet. But 400 feet is what we're going to need. So I'm going to get this put back up where it belongs and not trip myself over the pallet of grain we have sitting here. And get this back up where my husband had it. Okay. Climb back over this. I'll shut this off. It's locked again, so that's good. I got my keys in my pocket. I'd be screwed if I locked them in there. I have to wait for my husband to get home so he could unlock it. So let me show you guys real quick. So I've got the two running across here, and then I got them setting up here, which they'll have to go underneath like these two are. The orange one that connects into that black one runs out to the barn. This orange one runs up to the chickens up there, to their tank. This one right here, this one runs to Jill, this one runs to the 4 right here, which I'll show you guys. This is what I mean about this not being, it needs to be pulled tight, but it's kind of hard to get it to do that when you don't have anything really hooked to it. I have it just sitting up here for when we get their heater put back in there, which we do have. And then I ran this way. Usually my husband puts tape around the ends on this, keep the water from seeping down inside there so there's no like electrical shock or anything. That's what he normally does. But that right there is where the second one hooked up to. So there's 3 actually hooked onto this because you got 2 blue ones. Then I had to connect a yellow one to it. And this runs all the way up to Jill's, which she's already got her tank heater in there because she can be trusted. Can't trust Meg. She's already broke 2, like $80 down the drain because of her. Can't leave them in the tank because she puts her feet in the tank. But yep, coming up the hill here, and there we are. We are connected to that. That's connected there. Jill, what you think, girl? Staying out of the rain? I see ya. So that is that for right now anyways. And I just get to tell my husband the exciting news of how much money we're going to have to spend on some more extension cords. Yay us. Right? But thankfully, the weather has been pretty decent. We're not necessarily having to use anything right now. I thank God for that. But we do have like the chickens hooked up and the ducks and the cats over here hooked up, and then the boys, the roosters down there, they're hooked up. But other than that, we just have to run an extension cord all the way up and around and over to there. Unless we did it, that'd be ran over twice. No, we won't do it like that. I was going to say we could run it this way, up there and then across there, and it'd be ran over there, but it'd also be run over down here too. But that is the update for right now.